Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They begin on the ground with Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone, but unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
The Saints at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Lutt's good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutt's to kick it off. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The LSU man, Leonard Fournette, born right here in New Orleans. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Second and 9 now. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And back deep, Gunnar Olszewski. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here at 1st and 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's at the lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go right back to White here on first down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This defense for the Saints, they were fantastic a week ago in a win over Houston.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Succop's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Opting to run again here with White. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll set up to throw. And this one caught by Cameron Brate.
And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Peyton Turner there on the tackle.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freeing up the D lineman to make the play.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Lions suck up on for a field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
Succop's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Play action now. Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
In today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Winston.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Winston now.
Got an open man. It's Olave.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 8.
Extra score, Saints 14.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left back.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. He keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Kamara try the right side. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing, Winston.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. To throw is Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Winston's throw caught by Olave.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, Winston. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. He'll drop to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's caught by Mike Evans.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Think about this strong safety position. Again, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. But right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And the Buccaneers first down.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Winston. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Going with White here, toss left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well.
Because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Flushed out right. Dumps it off to Fournette. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes,
This offense so far on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
they lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they work this out past the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him the 1st down.
Tell you what, Marty, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession 4th quarter lead. And they get him down, but not before he
takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Jameis to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roll and picked up big yardage.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Coming left is Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. A give to Kamara running right. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Trying the left side with Kamara. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a 1st down.
play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. This is caught by Evans. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. They'll look to throw again.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pushes him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passing we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game.
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
Leonard Fournette.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
One final shot. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach, everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20.
Gunnar Olszewski on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball.